What's good, YouTube, man? I'm back with another video. Welcome to my channel, bro. So Spence versus Crawford. I'm gonna make this like really quick. I don't want to be talking all this time. I'm gonna show some demonstrations in this video. I'm gonna show some in-fight demonstrations in this video, okay? About the Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight, based off my personal observations. So, as we know, the fight is happening. It's only a matter of time before the fight happens. Yes, we know this. Now, I'm going to say this, man. I don't care who I like the most in this fight. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to come to an objective conclusion on who I think is going to win this fight. I don't care about who I like and who I don't like. I don't care about none of that stuff. I just care about who I think is going to win the fight based off what I'm noticing. Stylistically, pattern-wise, technique-wise, just basically just going over the fight. Everything else is just irrelevant to me. So I'm going to just give a backstory right quick. Just a quick backstory. As you know, I got other videos on my channel. I'm doing part-by-part videos on the stylistic differences between Terence Crawford, the attributes of Terence Crawford, the attributes of Spence, the stylistic things of Errol Spence that I think that can help him win the fight, right? So part one, I did the jab. I thought the jab would help Spence win. But then I thought about, I watched more of Terence Crawford videos. I watched more of his fights, and I realized, okay, he can control distance. That can help him win. So I thought, okay, well, he got the edge. He can control the distance. How you going to land a jab if Terence Crawford controlling the distance, okay? So then I did other videos. I watched other fights from Errol Spence, to see, okay, how can Spence deal with the distance of Terence Crawford? And I realized Spence knows how to control distance, using feints, using jabs, using different little tactics like shuffling in, shuffling out. He understands distance very well. I'll make a video about that. But I thought about this. I said, okay, so when Spence closes the distance, what is he going to do? So what I did was I watched some Terence Crawford fights. I watched Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter. And I thought, okay, well, when somebody closes the distance on him, he has an answer for that. I watched another fight. When somebody closes the distance on him, whether it's in the middle of the ring or while he's on the ropes, he has an answer for that. Then I watched another fight. And I said, okay, he knows how to move and he knows how to have an answer for when somebody closes the distance on him. So even if you can stop him from moving, he still has an answer for you closing the distance on him. So with that observation that I made, I said, okay, this is going to be a lot trickier than what I thought. A very much trickier fight than what I thought. You have to give him the edge because everything that Errol Spence can do, Terence Crawford has an answer for. You must admit that. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm not necessarily a Terence Crawford fan. I respect him. He's a great fighter, but that's not the point of this. I'm trying to tell you that Terence Crawford has a stylistic advantage over Errol Spence based on the stuff that I've seen. Now, if you have any evidence to show me that proves otherwise, then I'll be more than willing to see it, But I also watched Jose Benavidez interview that he had on Fight Hype when he was talking about how tricky his style is. And when I was watching him fight Terence Crawford, I saw that it was very tricky, extremely tricky. He's not an easy fighter to figure out, bro. He would have lost by then. So I'm not surprised that Jose Benavidez is picking Terence Crawford to win. He's been in the ring with both Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. And he's picking Terence Crawford, and I see 100% why. You know what I mean? 100% why he's picking Terence Crawford. Because he has an answer for everything that you can do. He just knows what to do to win. You know what I'm saying? He does not fight his opponent fight. He fight the fight that he wants to fight. Every time. So I'm finna show the in-ring demonstrations of what I noticed and my like observations. Okay, so check it out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you see in this photo? I'll tell you what you see. You see Terence Crawford tying up Sean Porter. I was gonna put the clips in, but YouTube copyright claims and all the other stuff. So I ain't with that. It's gonna be wasting my time because you're not gonna be able to watch the video anyway. It's gonna get removed. So if you want to see it, the fight is on YouTube. Just type in Crawford versus Porter, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But look, he ties him up. He gets close to him. Sean Porter was close in that distance because he was, jabbing his way inside, like Spence can do, right? Spence can jab his way inside, like Porter is doing, and all Bud does is tie him up. Ref resets everything. So my opinion is that's a lot of what Sean Porter did in his fight against Errol Spence. He just, whenever he got on the ropes, he just tied Spence up. And really, what I think, he forced Spence to like wrestle with him. And I think Spence was getting tired in certain moments. Like it was one round where Spence barely threw a punch. I think it was like the 7th, and Sean was just teeing off on him. Like, come on, we talking about Terence Crawford. That's not you can't not do that against Terence Crawford. You'll get lit up. You know what I'm saying? Sean was lighting Spence up in that 7th round and that 4th round, but especially in that 7th round where Spence wasn't really answering back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking. Now, we know Terence Crawford can counterpunch well, right? We know this. So you got to think. Every opponent Terence Crawford has fought at 147 at least is faster than Errol Spence, with the exception of probably Mean Machine or Jeff Horn. But shit, they might be the same speed as him. So he used to fast opponent. Sean Porter is pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? Jose Benavidez is pretty fast. He's very fast. Amir Khan fast. I had to think Spence is slower than all of them. All them people I just named. Kell Brook, I guess they're around the same speed, but you get what I'm trying to say. He's used to the speed, so it's not gonna be like Spence gonna be so fast. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to say, man. Like, just use objective, things to come to your conclusions. You know what I'm saying? Don't just say, "Oh, I don't like Errol Spence, so Terence Crawford gonna beat him," or vice versa. It don't work like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now I did give solutions to this though. Just a little side note for anybody disagreeing with me, man. All you got to do is watch this damn fight. Everything that I'm saying in this video, you can clearly see for yourself. If you have 2 eyes, you can see it. And you can see it in multiple fights. But I want to let you know, the fight that really convinced me that Terence Crawford was going to win was the Victor Postol fight. Now, I don't think he would necessarily move like that, but still, you know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford ties everybody up and neutralizes their offense. He limits their offense. He limits the punches they're able to land. You can't land a punch if you never throw it. That's my whole point. That's my whole reasoning behind this. He limits your offense. He neutralizes your offense, man. Now, look at this. Now, this was 7 days ago, right? It was really more days ago than this, but I'm just recording this video just now. But, this is what I said. I said for Spence to win, he needs to cut the ring off to stop Crawford movement, close the distance. You cannot land punches if you out of distance. And most importantly, not allow Bud to clinch or hold him. I said if he lets Bud hold him, he'll never be able to get any real offense going. He will never be able to get any real offense going. Because you got to understand, okay, in the middle of the ring, playing the little distance counterpunch game, that's Crawford game. Spence is not fast enough. He doesn't even really fight like that. So he'll be playing straight into Crawford game. He's not going to win that. He's not going to win that. Going backwards, I mean, he can fight going backwards, but that's not his style. You don't fight like that, you know. That's not what he do, you know. So if whenever somebody making you do something that you don't normally do, you're losing. You know what I'm saying? You're losing. Thirdly, we know Spence likes to come forward. That's just his style. He come forward. He's a come forward fighter. You know what I mean? He come forward educated, but he still comes forward. Now, I'm going to say this. Educated, Spence can still be neutralized by Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford can easily just tie him up, you know, whenever he uncomfortable and reset. You know what I'm saying? So, man, look, I'm picking Terence Crawford to win if Errol Spence can't do these things. If he can stop him, which he knows how to do, but like I said, it come down to, you know, other things like strength. And it also comes down to other things like fatiguing. All that wrestling and stuff like that is wasted energy. So he gonna be burning energy trying to wrestle out of them clinches. And if Bud is stronger than him, that's not gonna be a good man. Look, man, you gotta think. So I broke it all the way down. So Spence can close the distance with his jab. He can pressure Crawford on the ropes. And Crawford's solution to that is just to tie him up. Now, we know Crawford can do more than just tying people up. He can counterpunch. He can time you well coming in, you know? So it's not going to be an easy night for Errol Spence, bro. And I'm rooting for Errol Spence. But that's not changing what the fight actually going to be. So, man, I just encourage people to just look at the fight objectively, man. You know, look at it objectively. It's the reason why Jose Benavidez has been in the ring with both of them, and he's picking Terence Crawford. Now, I'm going to say this, right? Because I don't want to make this video too long, but when you in the ring with two people, right, and you give your conclusion on who you think is going to win the fight, that has to hold some weight, right? Now, I'm not saying that's going to be the ultimate decider because fighters can make adjustments. Spence might be able to make some adjustments and make other things work for himself, right? Okay. Now, I'm saying as far as what I see, I mean, this is a win for Terence Crawford, you know? That might be hard for some people to hear. So it's hard for me to hear. You know, I want Spence to win, but that don't matter, you know? No matter who I want to win, you know? So I think Terence Crawford gonna pull it off. You know what I'm saying? I just think stylistically he has the advantage. You know, but you know, don't rule out Spence being able to make some kind of adjustments to, you know, counter what Crawford is doing. But I don't know. I'm gonna lean more towards Bud though. You know, until I see some different evidence. This is my last point I'm gonna make. Evidence. If somebody can provide me with some new evidence, or I come across some new evidence, I'm gonna let y'all know. Until then, Terence Crawford, unanimous decision. That's what I got. Now, stoppage, I don't know about that. It's possible, but I don't know. So, stay tuned, man. I'm not against Terence Crawford, and I'm not against Errol Spence, man. I'm trying to let people know who I think is gonna win the fight, who I think got the best chance to win. Okay? I'm out, y'all. Deuces. And this is my final point I'm gonna make. So I think that if he fight the way that he fought Mean Machine, Kavalauskas, he gonna get his ass whooped. He gonna get knocked the fuck out. Okay. Now, I think the best way, I think the only way, I'm gonna say that, the only way for him to beat Spence is with movement and tying him up the whole fight. I don't think he wins the fight any other way. Okay. If he ain't able to hold Spence and move, he is not gonna win. He is not gonna win, bro. Like, and I think this is pretty much solid enough to make as a conclusion video. But you never know. I might find some new information out there, and you just never know because what they might be working on a training camp might just be to, you know, stop him from holding and stop him from moving. Obviously, so I mean, even though it favors him, that don't mean that they can't prepare for it and stop him from doing it. That's my opinion. But I'm gonna say this: if I was Terence Crawford, that's what I would do, honestly. And I wouldn't fight him left-handed either. I would fight him right-handed. But you know, I'm not. That's not me. So, but I'm saying that's what I would do. So if he fight the way he did against Kavalauskas, he's going to get knocked out, and his eye definitely is gonna get took from him. Definitely gonna get that bitch repossessed. But that's all I got for real that time. I'm out, man. If I got any more evidence that I think that's gonna help either other fighter win, you gonna hear it from me first. You know. Until next time, though.